Peace, fam. How are you? Hope all is well. Um, I decided I'm up. I can't rest. Dealing with my nana. Um, has really gotten me back into my um, what do we call this thing? Where you just can't sleep. I already have I was diagnosed with that way before this happened. It just seemed to get worse. I'm just hoping that, once she's put to rest, um, I can get back in divine order, right? So I've been doing some things, and like when things like this happen, I was so close to my nana, like it's just ridiculous. It's like there's no secret. I was her favorite grandchild. I've walked with her for for 45 years in 11 months. She died June 9th. My degree day is next month, July 9th, right? So this is a very, very, very hard pill to swallow, right? Um, and I've seen death. I've dealt and experienced with death, and I kept saying to myself, like, I'm going to be prepared for this. She had prepared me for it, right? And she kept saying to me, like, part south, I don't want you to cry when I go, right? And I told her, I said, Ma, I'm going to do my best not to because, this is going to be hard. But when she took her last breath, it was like I took mine, right? I cried so much that my face swole, and the next day it was so sore. I never experienced that type of feeling through crying, right? So it took today, to be exact, because she returned Sunday. So today is finally the day where my eyes, and face has went down. It was so bad I could barely see, right? So I said to myself, I'm going to let it all out, and I'm going to be strong and do what I have to do moving forward because I know um, she wouldn't want me to just lose it. So I'm doing my best to stay and keep my sanity, right? So with that being said, this right, this is a hard journey, but they say, the universe gives the hardest jobs to the strongest soldiers, you know? Um, in my life, they say if I looked like what I've been through, it would be a horrible sight. But I've learned to wear my wounds and scars and traumas well, very well, right? So, give me a second, because this is my face part itself. I was on that thing. That thing get on my nerves. I'm about to get off of there. I was just keeping in contact with family and friends as, things did what it did. But I'm about to get the hell off of that retarded shit. But anyway, because sometimes They say it's better to talk to a stranger than your own family. And right now, like in this moment, it's like I feel like just building with my YouTube fam, um, about this whole mess and the ignorance of family. When you have family, like and like 90% of them are unconscious, it's horrible. It's very horrible. It's very tough to deal with. Um, so me personally, I have just learned to stay away. I got to the point where going through this transition, there was so much negativity, demonic energy. Um, it was just terrible. It was so bad that I decided to come home because people, I had this surgery, so I was already in a, bad physical and mental I don't know what I say this energy. Let's say that. And the arguing and the bickering and the drinking and this smoking of marijuana and you know, I don't knock people for what they do, but I'm like it's a time and a place for everything. It was like I had this conversation with my nana for like 2 hours before she returned, right? And she was telling me all this stuff, and it was just random stuff, right? And she said to me, I'll be dead and gone, but everything I'm saying to you, you're going to see it, right? So I started seeing the shit, and it was getting worse and worse and worse. And I could just hear her, even in her sick state, like, remember what I told you, right? So I was like, I have to go. I have to go because it was getting to the point with these people, like I physically wanted to put my hands on somebody because it was like they had no respect for her transition, you know? And it was just bothering me so much. I could see people's bad intentions, bad motives, and it just didn't sit right with me. It really didn't. So I took me and my family, my mom's uh, seats, and we left. So I've been home ever since. And I'm not even home. I'm at my mom's because, like I said, I still can't. I tried to walk up. I did walk up the steps, right? And I was so sore afterwards that I was like, I'm not going to try that until my 6 weeks is up. I'm not going to do it. But I came home and then I found myself, you know, um, at peace. So I'm just telling you this because I want people to understand, like, when you become righteous, when you become conscious, when you become spiritual, as some say, you have to remove people, places, and things that you outgrow. And that's mainly family, right? I'm telling you, I have family members that's been holding grudges since childhood, right? And the sickening part about it is not only do they hold those grudges themselves, but they have taught their children to hold those form of grudges, right? Um, and it's disturbing. It's very disturbing. And like I said, I told you guys a while ago, I watched one of my uncles murder the other one in front of my eyes. So that's something that never leaves my head. So when you're dealing with like other family members and you already understand just because somebody is family, that doesn't mean they give a shit about you. They will still murder you. So I already know like to keep my distance from that, because I don't want anybody to harm me and I don't want to harm anybody, you know? So that's what it is now. That's what it is now. So now I'm ready to like close the chapter um of this whole ordeal. And with this chapter, because she was the matriarch of the family, I've came to the conclusion that there's no need, you know, um, to even associate with others that I just can't get along with, or I understand that they're on some demonic shit, all of that. And then it's just, what really bothers me, they'll do all this shit and then say, they'll start talking about God or the Bible or playing gospel music and all this weird shit, right? And I just sit back into the knowledge like, damn, this is some serious church demons, you know, serious church demons. There's no way you're supposed to love God, and can't love your own family, let alone your neighbors. It's just disturbing. But I'm doing well. Like I said, I'm in my own safe space, right? And I'm at peace. Like my grandchildren are here. You have some more coming tomorrow. I have a lot of my nieces and nephews coming from out of town. It's been a wonderful thing to see all of my family, those who are other places in this world. That was a blessing. But yeah, I am just to the point now where I just want, to lay my Nana to rest and then just go on with my life. Because now I have a generation. I am now a grandmother. So I have to be that example and role model for my grandchildren. That's what it's really about with me, All else to me is secondary and not necessary. Um, but yeah, it's been a journey, you guys. It's been a serious journey, but it's also a time that I understand all of this is a form of transformation, right? I don't know. And see, some people, it takes for something terrible to happen to them before they understand, like, damn, I need to change, you know? But since the beginning of my Nana becoming sick, I already knew, like, this is a life changer. This is serious. Things are about to change dramatically in my life, whether I want to accept it or reject it, right? So although I rejected it from the beginning, I was forced to accept it. But I'm just glad I wasn't forced to accept it, because with anything negative, parts out with anything negative, forcing it, to change upon me. So that was a good thing as well. I told you I'm in this basement. This basement is not a finished basement. It's like, it's, well, downstairs. It's not bad. It's I can go down these steps. It's cut off a little. To be honest, it's cellars. It's like chambers in here. It really is like chambers. I know. Thought I'd share that with you for some odd reason. But yeah, this is a large house. Believe it or not, this thing is huge. So don't let the basement fool you. Um, but this is my uh, how do you want to say it, sanctuary when I come in and I want to just, yeah, do a YouTube page. So I know I've been missing in action. I just wanted everybody to know that I'm okay, you know. And then, like, I talked to my father, and my father was like, well, you already know how these people, because, like, my father's family are Seventh-day Adventists, they're vegan, they're super conscious, and I never saw anyone in my father's family ever argue at all, you know. But my mother's family is just like the total opposite. It's the total opposite. So I was talking to my father, and he was like, I don't care, just stay your distance and handle everything as you were taught with class. He said, you know how these people are. They've been like that all your life. You're not dealing with something old. It's just that in this moment, there's a bit of envy there because, like I said, to be honest, I am like my grandmother's living diary, right? And the one who probably carries the most history with her. I know more things than her own children, you know? But I laugh when people are like, when I say something, they be like, wow, how do you know that? Yeah. I just want to touch bases with you guys, YouTube. When I get some time, like I said, my life is supremely busy now. And, we're at the countdown of getting her, in the ground, which will happen Monday. Um, I've been busy. I've been very busy. Um, Other than that, I will build with you guys whenever I get some extra time. Until then.